last time you're out, you might have noticed some notchiness from your helm or some lack of response. That indicates it's time to have a look at your steering fluid. First of all, it's important to do your research and find out what type of steering system you've got in your boat and what type of oil it takes. So it's important to remember, never remove this bung with the engines running. If you've got a power steering system, this means this helm unit is pressurised and you could end up with oil on the roof. That's not a good sign. So once you've established that, remove the cap as so, and by standing up over the helm unit, you look in and you see there's a silver disc down in here. Now this disc is important. That's the indicator of your fluid level, and your oil should just be above that. So this one's a little low, so it requires a top up. So I'm going to use my oil I've got here, which is the correct oil, which is the C-Star hydraulic steering fluid. So very simply, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit in, and you only put a little bit at a time. I've got a very steady hand. Some people might use a funnel. So once I've put a little piece in, a little bit in there, that goes on this. Now, simply I need to do 10 turns from side to side, and this is going to purge the air through the system. Now this goes all the way down to the ram and returns back to the helm unit. So after you do 10 of these, you need to stop and have another look and see what the level is by removing this again. Obviously, always have a rag handy in case you have a spill, and just have a look down there again. And this is still a little low, this system, so I'm going to go again with a little bit more fluid. Often you'll only use 20 ml to top up one of these helm units, but it makes a huge difference to the way the boat performs. It's something you want to do before you leave on each voyage, so you know where you are. If you have a complete loss of oil, you're obviously going to have to go look for the leak, and which we will do soon. We'll go down, we'll check out for any leaks in the lazarette where the steering gear is, possible leaks other places. Now there's a few other procedures that go with this if you completely lose all your oil, and it's called a 40 by 40 lock. So it'll take you about an hour and a half to bleed the whole system from scratch, and it requires a lot of turning the wheel. So this is coming along, this helm is starting to respond very nice, feels very smooth, and especially no notchiness. So I'll just stop there. I can tell it's getting where we want it to be. I'll check once more, and that's perfect. I've got a nice level over that silver disc. I've got a beautiful, firm, smooth steering system with no notchiness. So we should probably now have a look at where possible there could be leaks in the lazarette elsewhere. I'm just going to have a look behind the steering unit in this cupboard. Just going to poke my head in, have a look. There's no visible oil, so that's a good indication that I haven't got a leak at the helm unit. I'll go have a look in the lazarette now. Right, so we're in the lazarette now, and it's time to have a look at the steering ram and the general area. So I can't see any oil anywhere, so that's a good start. And I'll run my hand under all my fittings and my ram to check. And there's no oil, so that's a good indication this is not leaking. While you're here, always a good idea to check your tie rod end. That moves. That can contribute to heavy steering and ram failure. So we'll go have a look in the engine room now and see if we can find anything there to be worried about. Right, so we're in the engine room now. So we're going to have a quick look at the autopilot pump. Let's check around my fittings and underneath it. And there's no oil. That's a good sign. So this boat just needs a fluid top up. Don't forget to do the research on your boat, find out what components, what type of pump, what type of oil you need, and then you'll be right to do your own little checks. So I'll be signing out now, and safe boating.